Good day, folks. Welcome back to the channel. Strobe My Ride. My name is Carrie. Today we'll be looking at the Patrol Surface Mount 180 light. We'll be doing a product unboxing here. So, contained within the bag is the lights. So as you can see, the light comes with a bezel and a rubber backing, and there's the light head itself. You can see it's a 180 spread. It's got a good amount of optics in there and a good amount of LEDs. These are an IP65 rating, meaning they can get wet, but they should not be submerged. And again, there's the bezel with the logo on it. It goes on top. Comes with your two mounting screws. Or I mean, if you're putting this on a vehicle, you're probably going to want to upgrade to some self-tappers, but depending on what you're doing. To note on this light, there is a good amount of cable, but there is this brain module on it, so you want to keep that in mind. This basically equates to a 1-inch hole, so if you are surface mounting it, you'll need to create a 1-inch hole to pass this through, or I mean, you really at that point in time could cut the wires, run your light and resplice them, whatever your preference is. These are pretty basic operation light. You've basically got your mode wire being your red wire, your black being your ground, and then your yellow being your sync communication wire, and your white if you want to alternate, much like our other lights. These are SAE Class 1 rated lights. They're extremely bright. This light here is an amber green. So for our towing folk in Quebec, if you're operating, maybe you're doing volunteer fire in Ontario, stuff like that. These do not have multiple modes. That being said, you could install a secondary switch within your vehicle, and you can change the pattern and also the color within the vehicle. So if you're responding to a fire call, you could have it as green, but then if the majority of the time throughout the month you're maybe doing construction work or something like that, you could have it flashing as amber. These also come in amber blue, amber white, and red and blue. So in a second here, we'll go ahead and fire these up and see how they look. Okay, so like our other lights, you take your reds and attach them together since you're doing more than one light. Your blacks together, your yellows together, because that's how they communicate with one another. I mean, this isn't mandatory. If you just want them to do random stuff, you can leave the yellows and the whites out of the mix and just run power and ground. But if you do want them to communicate with one another, you need to connect the yellows together of all the light heads up to 12. And then your whites are to wig-wag them. So we'll go ahead and fire these on again. They're only singular mode lights. So when we fire it on, we've got, connect the power, that'd be handy. So we'll go ahead and fire it on there. There's your amber green flashing. They are nice and bright. They're flashing together. There's the light head itself up close. It's got a nice spread off to each side, so a good 180 coverage. If you want to change the pattern, just take the yellow and you tap it to red, and they'll go ahead there and do a multitude of different patterns. Now, if you only wanted these lights, for instance, to do, say you just wanted to do amber, or just green, take your yellow and tap it to red 3 times. Now they're just flashing amber. If you wanted them just to flash green, same thing, 3 times, yellow to red. Now they're just green. And then again, if you want to go back to amber green, 3 times with the yellow. Now they're back to amber green. So that's what I was saying earlier. You could install a switch within your cab, and a momentary switch preferably. So if you tap it 3 times fast, you can change the color. And then if you just tap it, you know, one time at a time, you can change the pattern. So we'll get this back to a decent pattern here. Something where it's alternating a little better. There we go. So now they're flashing together. If you want them to alternate, you take the white wire from one of the lights, you attach it to power, and then as you can see, they start to alternate there. The minute you remove it, they simply flash together. So that's how these lights function. They're quite easy to use and operate. They're extremely bright. Class 1, again, SAE, rated for Canada. They are waterproof but not submersible. Extremely well built. Lots and lots of cable here. And again, come in the majority of the safety colors that you're looking for here in Canada. Thanks so much. Make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more videos. Take care.